Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Mattel DC Universe Signature Collection Mirror Master. As with all the other Signature Collection figures, it comes in a white mailer box. Now, it's picked up the terminology of a white mailer box, but obviously when they mail it to you, if you are part of the collection subscription, they would not mail it to you, obviously, just with this box as a whole. It would be packed inside a much larger box. But this comes to us from the good folks at Mattel. Now, when you open up the said white mailer box, I'm just going to open this up right here. Open this up. Very similar to a Masters of the Universe Classics as well. You're going to pull it out, and inside is the actual package containing the Mirror Master. I'm just going to put that box to the side. The box itself, the actual package itself of Mirror Master, is a lot smaller than the conventional DC Universe Classics packaging. Down below we've got the Mirror Master, up at the top, Signature Collection. On the side, there is a picture, a nice painting of the Mirror Master right down there. One of Spot's favorite rogue of the Flash is Mirror Master, right up there with Captain Cold. Captain Cold and Mirror Master, really as a whole, I gotta say, Flash has probably one of the best rogues gallery, obviously excluding Spider-Man and Batman. I'd say Spider-Man number one, Batman number one, Spider-Man number two, and I think actually Flash I would give it as the third best rogues gallery. On the back there's a picture of the Mirror Master coming out of the mirror there. The read-up says, real name Evan McCulloch. It's a Scottish orphan. Evan McCulloch's first kill was a very young age, a bit of self-defense. As an adult, he became a feared mercenary, able to sneak undetected and kill without remorse. But when arrested, McCulloch was forced to join a covert government task force, the Suicide Squad. Provided with the original Mirror Master costume and weapons, he could now travel through any reflective surface. McCulloch eventually broke free of the government's control, but kept the moniker and gear. Primarily motivated by money, Mirror Master is notorious nemesis of the Flash and a member of the Rogues. So even though this is a Mirror Master figure, it's not based on the original Mirror Master, but of the later Mirror Master villain. What I am going to do is take a bit of a break. I'm going to get this out of package, and when we come back, we're going to have a better look at the Mirror Master. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. And the two obvious accessories that you'll get with the Mirror Master are his actual mirror guns. Pretty nice detail on them. There's really no paint on them aside from the silver paint that you see right here. I would have liked if they had maybe put something on the actual inside panels, just to make it look a little bit different, maybe some blue or something like that. But really, as a whole, not really that bad. You'll get two of them. You'll get one that's opened, as you can see. And you'll also get one that's closed, like so. Fear not, though. If you are somebody that would prefer to have your mirror guns both open, you also do have alternate gun tips. Now you have one, you'll have an extra one that's opened. You'll have an extra one that's closed, so if you want to have your Mirror Master with both guns closed, you could do that, or vice versa. The only thing you'll want to do is, just zoom the camera in here a bit, you're just going to want to pull this off. Gingerly pull it off, and you'll see the peg hole there. And you're going to take the other peg, you'll see that it's a rectangular plug, so you obviously can't go put it in that way, but you'll just pop it on. And boom, you've got the two opened mirror guns. The mirror guns themselves sit in Mirror Master's hands very easily. No problems whatsoever with him holding them. I don't know why, but if you are somebody that prefer your Mirror Master not to have his guns in his hand, he does also have two holsters, one on either side. The holsters can be removed from what looks to be from pegs on the side of his belt, so you can take those out as well. Now, obviously, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to hold the guns in his holster unless you actually have the panels retracted. So that's why you probably would want to have them changed over to that the closed to get them to actually fit inside the holster, like so. For me, I'm just going to put him down for a second. For me, I probably will likely have him displayed with both guns open, with both of the panels open. Just going to pop that into place. But you can see here, I'll just demonstrate the gun inside his holster. You'll see that it fits just fine with the panels closed. You might have to get it wedged in there to get this actually closed, the actual top flap closed though. As you can see, it really is a tight fit. But it holds it, no problems there whatsoever. As for the actual Mirror Master himself, let's get this panel flap closed here. Like so. One of the other problems I find is the flap, once you get it open, it's a little harder to get it closed unless there's a gun inside because you gotta have the pressure applied to it. Now, as for his face, it's not a bad face. I like what they've done with it. Detail looks really good on him. The helmet, or his mask, looks really solid. I also like his top collar piece, if you want to call it a collar piece. All work really, really well. The one thing I would change, and this is probably an ongoing concern that I think I've commented on a couple of times already, is the fact that I find a lot of DC Universe figures are so void of expression. And I kind of wish, not every character, I don't want necessarily every character having an expression, but sometimes if you've collected these long enough, you'll notice that a lot of them just have such a very blank expression. Mirror Master in this case, I would have loved to have seen a real predominant smirk on his face, like a real, maybe one curl up on his lip, a real sneaky, arrogant smirk on Mirror Master. I would have really liked that. Instead, we got him just kind of casual, is the best word I could describe it. Just casual. It works, but sometimes you just need a little bit more. Some figures don't necessarily need anything predominant, because obviously we've had some real extreme cases. Need I remind anyone of the Batman Legacy Batman that had the big grimace? I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, I like Mirror Master. He's definitely a very well done figure, but I just feel like I kind of wish there was something a little more going on in that face. Just a little bit more expression, just a little bit more of, I'm not just casually enjoying my lunch. As for the rest of Mirror Master, the colors are really nice on him. He's got the Mirror Master kind of mustard yellowish orange, and of course the green in the belt, the boots on the side, wrist pieces here as well. Something also I really like, and it's one thing I commented on with some other DC figures, but I think it works well in Mirror Master's case, is the skin tone that they used on him. It's a much darker skin tone than some of the other DC Universe figures that we've gotten, and I just like that in this case it's a nice change. Some DC Universe figures have looked a little dirty with this kind of skin tone, kind of like Black Canary. She was a good example of a figure that kind of looked a little dirty with the skin tone that they gave her. But I think Mirror Master works well with the coloring that they gave him. That if they had given him a lighter color, it would have looked a little off. But aside from that, he uses the same DC Universe body that we've gotten in the past. There's really nothing different in it. Still relying on the single-pegged knee, single-jointed knee. Of his articulation, the Mirror Master has a ball-jointed head, so it moves up and down, left and right. He has hinged shoulders, a rotation in the bicep, bend in the elbow. He has that rotation in the wrist. He has a hinged upper torso, all of which, I might add, are very, very stiff and not loose, and I really like that. His legs go forward and back on a hinge out, rotation in the thigh, bend in the knee, and finally a hinged foot up and down. As for the figure itself, now being that it's of the Signature Collection, and being that it's part of a subscription, These figures tend to be a lot more expensive than that of the retail release figures. I don't know for someone like Mirror Master if he warrants a higher price point. It's really hard to justify, and I know Mattel is notorious for this, but really hard to justify a higher priced figure simply because it's part of a subscription. Because really, this figure could have easily sold in retail for the $14 to $16 price point. And as you know, with the subscription figures, they go for a lot more than just that. I like that they've given us accessories and the fact that Mirror Master has his 2 guns. But really, for the price point, I would have asked for something a little bit more. Even a stand, even, you know what, even if you're going to call this a signature collection, give us something more. Would have really liked a display stand with maybe a mirror that could have been behind Mirror Master to separate the fact that this figure is part of a specific signature collection and not just so much a retail release. I mean, I love the figure. As a figure reviewer, I'm probably going to give this figure, strictly speaking from a DC Universe standpoint, I'm going to give this figure an 8.5. He does everything really, really well, but I can't help but wonder, as a subscription figure, if he really warranted the price that they were charging for him. Maybe at the end of the day, I might say no, but I'm really glad that at least we got a Mirror Master figure. So it's a double-edged sword, I'm afraid. Good figure, just I don't know if I would warrant it at the price that they're charging for these new signature collection figures. Today's toy spot, and you guys can let me know your thoughts down below. Today's toy spot, though, we were looking at the Master of the Mirrors. We're looking today at Mirror Master. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.